What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all guys doing, man?
Hey there, hey
Doing
there.
good.
Excellent.
Welcome to another episode of the Gaming Out, episode 3. We got a new face. Got my boy D-Lo, Haku on Xbox. If you're trying to get at him, you probably can kill him in Gears. Now he done lost a couple steps. But Haku, introduce yourself, man. Go ahead.
So what's up, everybody? My name is Haku Man 1997 on Xbox, but real name is D'Angelo. Dallas, Texas native, musician, teacher, and a long-term friend of Andre. I think we go back probably at the minimum 10 years. I think
Yeah, it's
10
been a
years.
minute.
Probably
Been a
12
minute.
now. Because I just seen his daughter grow up. Like that's
Yeah.
how long it's been. But yeah, man. So
Yeah, I've been kept beating you in Gears for about 10, 12 years. So it's all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah, already.
But I'm hoping to have a good episode today. 21 questions. I'm excited. I'm not as excited about it because I think y'all gonna get this one easy, very easy in my opinion.
We got robbed last time, so I mean, I think we deserve a win today. I'm just
hey,
assuming.
BJ said it. He didn't. Hey, that was on y'all.
I might help out this time.
Yeah, that was on
Nice.
me.
So we'll start off with what you guys currently playing. Let's go with BJ. What are you playing, man? Currently.
Stand by. So right now, I actually got back into Street Fighter because
Oh boy.
they dropped Akuma on there, and so I'm trying to learn Akuma. Dog going crazy, but
It's all good. It's all good.
pardon me. But yeah, so yeah, I've been learning Akuma. Getting the little basics down. And I've been actually I recently picked up the Super Mario RPG and the Thousand Year Door because it was on sale. The Super Mario RPG was on sale on Amazon for like $40.
Okay.
So I just picked them both up. I figured, so I'm also playing that.
Is this your first time playing Super Mario RPG?
It is. I did
I
not
think-
play the original.
I think I mentioned that was one of my in the first episode. I think that's one of my like top games.
Dang.
Have you played it yet?
Yeah, I've been playing through it. I've been enjoying it so far. It's actually, I like the humor, man. It's funny. I like
It's
how
funny.
Mario does all his communication. He's not
It's-
talking. He's like jumping around.
Yeah, it's so unique. It's
No, I've been enjoying it. I have been.
Good.
What's the difference between Super Mario, like in the regular Mario games? Like, what's the difference? When you guys tell me the difference?
Yeah, so it's Mario RPG is it's a role playing game. So you go around, you like get into little encounters, and you gain experience and grow levels, and you get abilities, and you can equip like weapons and armor slot stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so as where like a normal Mario game is sort of a side scrolling platformer where you can jump. The objective is to make it to the end of the level. In this game, the objective is to go on this adventure and to effectively save. Is it more than Mushroom Kingdom, the world? I don't know what the world is called. Yeah, it's a short little game, but it's wonderful. So charming. It's a very charming game. And the music.
Would you say it's a long game?
Don't go too far in there.
I won't.
This is where I'm at right now, actually.
Let me go back.
This is right where I'm at right. Well, I just finished this little part.
They changed his name. I think he was Krog Fuchsius before, or something like that. He's Frog Sage now. What was this? I gotta look it up now. Anyways,
It looked pretty cool.
They do. It look nice. I like how it looks.
So I think a normal playthrough for that game is only about like 8 hours. So it's brief.
Really?
But,
Okay.
But it's awesome.
Oh, I'm glad I got it on sale too then. For 8 hours.
Johnny, what about you? What you playing, man?
Yeah, so I've relapsed. I'm back into playing League again.
Oh
boy.
League of Legends. It was Frog Fuchsius before. They've changed it. Anyways. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of. So those of you that know League, I've been playing a lot of mid lane recently, but I'm trying to swap back into support. So I'm sort of relearning an old role, which has got me stressed, as every League game does. So
Okay.
That's where most of my time is these days, gaming at least.
And is that you playing in like I don't know if they got, because when I watch BJ play, sometimes they playing in like a more like, what is that mode did you guys play, BJ?
Oh yeah, that's a TFT. That's way different than what the actual.
Okay. So Johnny, you playing a regular League?
Yep. Playing on Summoner's Rift and hating every minute of it.
Oh.
And yet we can't stop.
Somehow we continue to do that to ourselves.
Somehow. And
Haku,
Action DBD too.
The main thing that's been taking a lot of my time right now is playing Pokemon, like jumping through Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, Brilliant Diamond, and Legend Arceus, because I'm trying to complete a complete national decks in Pokemon Home. So like I'm porting Pokemon in, trying to complete slots and all that, get evolutions and all that, and trading online. So that's taking a lot of my time. But outside of that, I'm playing Monster Hunter because if any of y'all watched the PlayStation State of Play, they did the little trailer for the new Monster Hunter Wilds that's coming next year. So I'm excited for that. I would say the last time I looked, it was like 300 and something hours into Monster Hunter. Like, I'm talking about RPG and grinding. Oh, yeah. That right there. And then on the side, on my Switch, I play Overcooked with my friends. We don't be yelling in the kitchen. It ain't Gordon Ramsay all the time. So,
okay.
Team in there.
Okay. I was going to ask you what was I going to say? It slipped my mind now. It'll come back to me in a second. Oh, what's your favorite Pokemon game? There it is. There it is. We had this conversation already, so we're gonna see where you at.
My favorite
correct answer. There might be a correct answer.
Okay, so before I say it may not be the correct answer. Before I say my favorite, I will say I did more watching than I did playing when I was a kid. So I didn't pick up my first Pokemon game until Gen 4, which is Diamond and Pearl. So actually, that is my favorite gen. But if I had to say favorite Pokemon, I would have to say Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That was peak Pokemon for me.
Okay.
That was Platinum. Absolutely. Nope. Matter of fact, Platinum. Platinum is my all time.
Okay. All right.
They had a mix of everything you needed.
Okay.
I can't remember, BJ. Did we agree last time on what we thought was our favorite Pokemon? I think I said Gold and Silver, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we all said Gold and Silver. Silver was mine.
Soul Silver is the remake.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
And that one is amazing. So absolutely.
We also talked about, like, what do you think about why are all the Pokemon games not combined? What do you think about that? Like,
so when I watched that episode, I understood the sentiment. And I have some friends in like game testing and development a little bit, and they're in the beginning stages. So that the main reason why Pokemon now, outside of it being a cash grab, is because when you think about having over 1,000 Pokemon like we do now, it's way harder to put all of those different codes and sprites into one game without it being super large. Like we talking about Call of Duty size big, and you got to think Nintendo's hardware is not designed for something like that. Like even in the recent games of Scarlet and Violet, you got a lot of pullbacks from the old generations, but you don't have every single Pokemon. So just imagine how much coding that takes to get all the cries, all the different versions. Now we have like the variations of each Pokemon, the evolutions, the different battle scenes, the moves that they can all do. It's a lot that goes into that. So I feel like a big reason is the hardware is holding them back. Like if Pokemon ever got ported to like PlayStation and Xbox, you probably would get all of them. And all the regions. Like I think you said you wanted, I think there was a game y'all said that had like 2 regions, Johto and Hoenn region together or something like that.
Yeah, so like Kanto and Johto.
I think the hardware is really holding them back from doing something like that.
Hey man, that's why they get paid the big bucks. They better figure this out.
But honestly, just real quick, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Pokemon Company, if you look at how much they generate from all of their things, plushes make the most.
I've seen it.
Games do not make the money. Like games is at the bottom.
I think you shared that in a little in a Discord. I think you shared that.
So I think that's part of why they don't care.
Okay. And I forgot. I was just thinking about something when you were talking. Where did you go? Didn't you go to Ubisoft or something like that? Remember?
Yeah, I went to one of my music gigs took me to Ubisoft in Paris. I think it was last summer. They were in the development of the actual Assassin's Creed. What's the new one? Is it Mirage?
Mirage. It's one to call. Yeah,
that was they were in the middle of development for that. So I got to see a little bit of I got to see, a lot of good stuff in there. I got to chat with some people. So
I hit them up real quick. I was like, "Hey man, you left me over this way." Come on.
Yeah, they was developing Rayman too. They couldn't talk about a lot about it. I was like, so just kind of lazy. They said we can't talk about it.
Okay, I'm right now Apex a lot. I don't know why. I needed something competitive and something that wasn't gonna piss me off too bad. So Apex with no fall damage and the system on there, I've been playing a lot of that. I got a couple wins, and then I snuck back yesterday into some Gears and seeing why it gets my blood pressure. I gotta take my blood pressure medicine if I'm playing Gears of War. Have to, because I was on there for what 30 minutes, and I'm like, all right, man. Let me set this. Let me set them down.
You better get them scripts ready.
I don't worry.
You better get them ready. I'm back. Because I'm back.
Oh, okay.
We might need the rest on there.
Man, you guys
new one
drop.
I don't want to jump ahead too far, but new one drop. I'm back.
We'll get Johnny in Horde. We'll start him off in Horde.
Oh yeah, I used to like Horde mode a lot, but so I think the most my friends hated playing on the same team with me online because I love the chainsaw so much. I'll just run around trying to chainsaw people. Okay. It's like, why would you ever try to do anything else? Yeah, you get a kill, but you won't get a chainsaw kill.
Don't do that to us, Johnny. Come on, man.
So yeah, we'll have to set up a match where I'm on the other people's team or something, and you guys can just see me run. You guys can run for me with the chainsaw, and then
I was gonna say if we get chainsaw, we know who it was.
Exactly.
If they even have it, because
they better. It's like that's like the signature thing, right? Why would you? Why they have?
Oh, this is it's like a prequel, so it's like the time before they had the chainsaw, so when they had bayonets on there still. So we'll see though.
We might see Johnny running around with the retro charge.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, right. He just
running past people.
All right, let's talk a look. Since we kind of mentioned the showcase, I want to go around and see everyone's favorite game from the showcase. It don't matter if it's a duplicate or not like that, because I already know mine. Y'all already know mine, so it don't matter if it's a duplicate or not. We're gonna start with your favorite. Give me a game that you like during the showcase. We're gonna start with Haku.
Because I'm gonna let you go down the rabbit hole with with Gears, but another game I was really looking into was Wu-Chang, Fallen Feather. That's the one I think we were talking about with that female IP. That looked really interesting to me. Like coming from a person that plays like Dishonored or Darksiders, where you have that magic kind of element to your gaming, and like a third person type of game, I really look into that. Outside of that, Expedition 33 really looked promising.
Here's the Wu-Chang right here. And we were talking about two separate games because I got another game with a female.
Oh, so okay.
I don't know why.
That right there, that.
Maybe I had to check my connection out. But that's the Wu-Chang. So, what was the second game you said?
Expedition 33.
33. What was that one? I don't remember that one.
I think it was like one of the third. I think it was like the third reveal that they did. It looks like. See, at first when I saw the trailer, I thought that was Gears because it looked like a desolate.
You said that, yeah.
It looked destroyed kind of city, and it had flags, and I was like, "Where's the cock symbol? Where's the cock symbol?" But it has like a exploration. I can't really explain it. Like it looks really interesting though. Like on some war stuff is going on, like post-apocalyptic kind of government done went AWOL type stuff.
And Expedition 33. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one too. Actually, just the gameplay, it looks interesting to me. It looks like it's got like a turn-based mix with a little action.
Yeah.
At the same time, it looks fun. I'm definitely, and they, Microsoft, they're gonna be hard to beat when 80% of the games come with free on Game Pass at the end of it. Like how can you complain at that point? Like it's like, hey, why not try out all of these? They're gonna be free. Even if I don't like it, I just uninstall it.
You paid what, $15? Now you get to
try
I mean,
you're paying $15 a month, I guess, technically, but you would have paid $60, $70.
You would have paid for the game over.
Exactly.
What do you think? Like, because some people say that they're like, well, it's free on Game Pass. You're getting what, 20 a month or whatever it is, but they're not getting that 60, 70. What you think they're gonna recoup that with more users or more subscribers or what?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how many people have Game Pass, but I definitely think they getting their money. I mean, I don't know the how it works really, or like what the numbers look like, but the fact that they're pushing it so hard and putting so many games on it should tell you everything you need to know.
So I got the Ultimate, and I'm sure you do. We probably both got the Ultimate Game Pass Ultimate. So
Yeah,
the
I
PC
think, and I could be wrong, but I think you can only get live with Game Pass now. I think that's what
Okay.
Ultimate is. Like, you can't play online unless you have that bundle. I think they merged them.
Okay.
So I think that's where they kind of getting their money from. For you to even play online and to have access, you're gonna get that $15-$16 from everybody. From everybody. You didn't pay for it. They didn't pay for the game. The game probably already paid for. They just got to release it now.
Yeah, true. Johnny, you a Game Pass subscriber?
I'm not. I actually don't even have an Xbox.
Okay.
But I think that the subscription service probably offers a lot of sort of financial stability for the company. So like you can release a couple stinkers of games and just throw them on Game Pass, and like you can use them to attract people to the subscription service, even if nobody would actually go out to buy these games.
Yeah. Like Redfall. And I keep going. My bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
That was a horrible game.
I think it kind of just plays into the fact that they're trying to push these all digital consoles and move out of physical stuff. So if it's gonna be on Game Pass, that's the main reason probably why I'm about it is because I don't care.
Yeah. Game Pass.
I don't know if you game on PC. Oh, I guess you're playing League. I said, don't forget, you can always get the PC Game Pass too.
Yeah, that's what I was.
You gotta have that Xbox. That's what I got.
I don't know. I don't. This might be something worth having a conversation about. I don't know if I would subscribe to a game subscription service. I don't know.
That's how I'm playing Dead by Daylight.
If you feel like you're gonna play it depends. If you feel like you're gonna play it, because honestly, and I was having this conversation with my boys as we were watching the showcase. I'm like, man, y'all talking about y'all gonna play these games? They gonna come out and you ain't gonna touch them. Like, oh, it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna play it, and it's gonna be sitting there. So we'll see. Honestly, it's only a few games that I've really actually played on Game Pass. But even if I play, I feel like I got my money. If I play 2 or 3 games in a year, I kind of got my money's worth because that would have been what, like $180 anyway. If I'm paying 15, so I feel like you get your money's worth if you play 2, even if you get through 2 to 3 games fully.
Yeah. I feel like my play style is I'll find a game or 2 and I'll just like really stay on those couple games for a long time. Is Baldur's Gate on Game Pass?
No.
Let's see. League is free to play on computer, so it's probably.
Oh, and you get if with Game Pass you get like all the characters. Because I play League sometimes. I'm not a pro or nothing, but you get like all the characters and stuff for free if you connect it with your Game Pass account.
Okay.
You get other extras. So they're partnered up there. Yeah,
there probably are times in my life where it would be more valuable and more wise, perhaps, to do Game Pass. But at least with the games that I've been playing and with League, I mean, I've been playing for 12 years or something, so I've got all the characters and all that stuff. I think if I were more likely to play more games instead of just my few that I stick on for a while, it probably would make sense.
I do think Game Pass is good for people that want to try a game without shelling out $70.
Absolutely.
The Ultimate Edition, the pre-order, or you didn't have time to pre-order. Like I remember playing Titanfall 2 on Game Pass when it came out. And I think I was on that for like 6 hours straight. And I prestiged like within that one sitting. I said, okay, I need to go buy the game at this point. And that's what got me into buying the games. Yeah. Okay. Hey.
That's probably what it is. You get the taste of it on Game Pass. Then
and to make you I bought the disc after
exactly.
That.
Yeah.
I'll say it like Johnny, the only reason I have Dead by Daylight is Game Pass. It's on Game Pass, so that's how I play it. It has opened me up kind of to what Haku just said, where some games I wouldn't try. I wouldn't try for Forza Horizon 5. I like cars, but I wouldn't have tried that. It was game of the year. But having Game Pass just to play it, and I love that game. There's a couple other games where I'm like, I'm not trying this. I won't play this. I definitely wouldn't have brought Halo. As much as people love Halo, I wouldn't have brought it. It's not my game. But it's on Game Pass. I tried it. I was like, all right, I can play this. I can try this out. So the little, and like BJ said, I have it on Xbox and I have it on PC. So I got both Game Pass. So I played some games on the Xbox, some on the PC. So it's beneficial in both ways to me.
Yeah, those are some good points. I have to admit, perhaps I ought to.
There we go. Persuade them.
Right. I mean, hey, definitely take a look at the the list. You might see a couple of games like, oh, I thought about that one or that one. See
So
what's available.
do the games that are on Game Pass, do they cycle? Do they like rotate?
They do, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
Yeah,
do.
you get them for a good while though, but they do something. Eventually some of them will fall off for
Sure.
new ones.
Sure.
Yeah, and Dead by Daylight isn't it? Like if Dead by Daylight falls off, I would buy it. Yeah, obviously, but it hasn't went anywhere. So some of them don't go anywhere, like Gears, things like that. They'll just stay on there. So, what about you? What's your favorite game from the showcase, Johnny?
Yeah, I was thinking about that question. I was wondering if I should answer it by the games with saying the games I'm definitely going to buy, or the games that actually sort of excited me. And so I think I might just say both. I think the game that I saw I'm definitely going to buy is probably the new World of Warcraft. I'm a slave to the system. I just can't, every time a new one comes out, you buy it and you play it and then you quit. At least I do. So I'm going to play the new World of Warcraft. Am I really excited for it? I don't know. Probably not.
World of Warcraft.
So watching the whole thing, I was exhausted, disappointed at the state of gaming for the first few things. Like I saw the new Call of Duty, and it's like, oh god, another one. There were a few things that I saw straight away that were just really boring to me, and I was like, oh, this is the state of games. But I was really pleasantly surprised to see some of the stuff in there that looked sort of fun. There was one, I think it was a new IP, Flintlock, the Siege of Dawn, that looked pretty fun to me.
Yeah.
I think the combat style that they had in there had sort of a really like impactful, like moment to moment combat, which reminded me a lot of what the fighting looked like in the Batman Arkham games. Yeah. Just like really fluid combat, which looked pretty fun to me. I am tenuously excited for the Metal Gear remake. The first thing that I had, so it's going to be hard to really get behind the Metal Gear without Hideo Kojima behind the steering wheel, since he was let go a few years ago. But I'm very pleased to hear that David Hayter is returning as the voice of Snake. That's like, he's like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking. And I mean, Kojima was still running the show when they got rid of him for Metal Gear 5, and it's like, why? What? He was like, that blew my mind in a bad way. I never understood why they replaced him. Kiefer, I forget his first name, Sutherland, did a fine job.
That's it. Kiefer Sutherland.
Voicing Snake in 5, but it's like, why change it? Anyways, and Age of Mythology also looked really good. I think I'll probably get that one too. So I know I'm saying I'm talking about every game here, but I took notes. I
did too.
Yeah, I'm interested in Fable. Fable. They broke my heart before, so I'm not getting too invested, but it looked pretty okay. And if they can really bring back the magic they had in like Fable 1 and Fable 2, then I'd really be interested.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll get going with my game, Call of Duty Black Ops. No, Gears of War E-Day.
Hold on.
And there's nothing wrong with Call of Duty. Nothing wrong with Call of Duty.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I've just been hearing a lot of hate coming towards it. And I'm not even a Call of Duty guy, and I can't even remember the last time I played Call of Duty.
Me neither.
But I saw this Black Ops 6, and I'm like, yo, they might have me back. And it's on Game Pass.
Nice.
Yeah, it do.
We're gonna have a Call of Duty conversation.
Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it. Go ahead. My bad.
But Gears E-Day. I if you asked my brother, I had told him, because Haku called me right after, and I had said they should have did this before they did Gears 5. They should have went back. But when I think about going back, I think they should do like, there's no Nash, or there's like old school weapons. Maybe in the olden days, like BJ kind of said, ain't even a chainsaw yet. Like bring some old school to like before we could record this, we would have to be talking in person back in the 90s, back in the 80s, something like that. So I want to see something fresh with some some old weapons, man. Maybe this is when the call first got started off, man. Maybe they just got a handgun or something like that. I want to see some changes, man. I don't want to see the same old Gears that I've been killing people in a long time, for a long time.
As long as you can find
that.
a chainsaw somewhere in the game, like in a garage or something, like an actual old
It might
chainsaw,
be.
then hey,
I'm sure they're gonna have it in
I'd
there.
Then I'd play.
Yeah, I think they're gonna because you got to remember like where this is set. I think it was right after the Pendulum Wars, which is where they were fighting people. So their weapons were only it don't take a lot to stop a human in some armor. So when you saw him struggling with that one drone, I'm talking about Buddy picked him up and put him on the ceiling like he was laying down real bad. So and their weapons probably ain't doing nothing to them. So they probably had to use some back of the barnyard chainsaw pitchfork type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm hoping some of the like boom shot, like some of the weapons that were in the newer games, I'm hoping some of them don't even make it to this game. Like some of them just say like it wasn't a vintage yet, so you can't use it. Maybe there's no Hammer of Dawn, stuff like that.
You ain't seeing that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping so. We're gonna see because I think in my mind, they're gonna go back to the formula of all right, well, people had this, we did this. I think they're gonna try to sneak some of that stuff in there. And Johnny, they did have a chainsaw in the trailer, so I'm sure it's gonna be on there.
Yeah, you said they did have one.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, there we go. I've got everything I need. Consider me a player.
Yeah, I put in. I put in so many hours in Gears of War. It didn't even. I don't even know what to say. I put in too many hours, and now this time when I play, I'm gonna switch it to the PC. I'm gonna update my graphics card so everything's to be a little tighter, a little faster. So I'm coming for I ain't even. I'm gonna leave it rest right there, man.
Right.
I'm getting old now, so my vision and everything is starting to, so. But so bringing me back from there because Gears is a culprit of this. I want to move on. Well, actually, I don't want to move on from there. Is there any other games that you guys liked from the showcase that we didn't mention? Any games you guys liked?
I took an interest, and I think I called it when I was in a game chat while I was watching it live. Stalkers 2.
Yeah, I like that game.
When I was talking to my friends, I was like, man, we need a game that's like based in Chernobyl. And I didn't realize at the end it said Chernobyl. I said, because they were speaking in Russian. I was like, why we ain't got no Silent Hill type of game in Chernobyl? Like that would be the perfect place where no one's there. You don't know what's been happening there, and it's just like some seekers that just got caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of what we're getting. Some I guess in somebody's other country's territory type fighting.
I already got that downloaded on Game Pass. I done had it for like 8 months. So, because you can pre-download it, so I already had it downloaded.
Okay.
Yeah.
BJ, did you say what your favorite pick was? I don't know if I.
No, I didn't, but some of it was kind of already named. And I feel like me and you have like a similar taste in games because we both are Civilization guys, so I wasn't surprised to hear you say something about the Age of Mythology. Yeah. But for me, it's double because I'm also a big mythology guy in general.
Sure.
Like, I loved all the God of War stuff. I listened to all the lore and audio books of just Greek mythology, Norse mythology, all that. Mm-hmm. So I'm super excited for that one.
Did you play Age of Mythology?
I did not. I actually didn't even know that it was a thing.
Yeah. This one's it's a remake or reboot or something. I think there's additional content in this one, but
so I'm excited for that one. And then Fable. Big Fable 1 fan, big Fable 2 fan. I don't got to talk about Fable 3. Everybody already knows it was fucking terrible. So I'm really hopeful for this one. Like, really hopeful that they bring it back to where it's supposed to be. But I also feel like these trailers are like not really giving us much. You know what I mean? They're not really giving us much, and I don't feel like that's a good sign. So I'm hopeful that one's going to be good. And no matter what, I'm going to play it with hopes that it's not bad. And then the one I didn't hear anybody mention that I'm also excited for is State of Decay 3. But I'm a big zombie guy. I love the zombie games and co-op, probably. I didn't know if they mentioned how many players of co-op is going to be able to be.
Four again.
Okay, 4, yeah. As long as it's at least 4, I think it'll be good. So that's the one that I didn't hear anybody mention that I'm also excited for. And then obviously Gears of War.
Mm-hmm. I guess none of us really mentioned. I think they showed Dragon Age as well, right?
Yeah,
I've been
And
hearing some.
there's a lot of controversy about
Mhm.
that release trailer. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
much about Dragon Age, but everything I'm hearing from listening to people, it ain't good.
Yeah, it's like so I've played I think I've played every Dragon Age game. Yeah, I think so. So I guess I'm a qualified Dragon Age fan, I suppose. And this looks like the trailer at least seemed like a really significant departure from like the tone, the story tone that the previous games had been. I've heard some of my friends refer to it as like the Marvelification of the storyline. Like in this trailer, the heroes are like in dire circumstances, like fighting enemies, but they're like joking and quipping and like not taking it seriously. And it's like you're taking the punch out of the threat of this scenario. I know that I tend to be a lot more invested when it feels like there's really stakes involved, like when there's real risk and like, oh, people could die or whatever. And it feels like in an effort to become like humorous and funny or whatever, a lot of that may have been sacrificed, at least in the trailer. And I think that's what a lot of Dragon Age fans are worried about with this.
Yeah, I've been hearing them. Everything I've been because I watched a lot of reaction shows, and man, people are not happy about that. Like I said, I've never played it, but people are not happy about what's going on with Dragon Age. You know, it was I was laughing because I'm like, damn, man, they really going in on it, but a lot of people were disappointed.
Yeah,
I'm surprised none of y'all said Perfect Dark or what was the other one, or Doom. I'm surprised nobody said that.
I saw. Yeah, I was. So I had a bit of an internal dialogue with myself about why I'm not a huge fan of Doom, and I think I came to an answer. So sorry, Doom fans ahead of time. Doom is a great game. Don't get me wrong. It's my personal failing that I'm not a fan of Doom. And
I'm not mad at you.
I'll tell you why. It's because ever since Halo came out on the Xbox, and it was seen as like an achievement to not even just like an Xbox achievement, because they didn't even have achievements back in those days, but it was like a personal achievement to beat the game on Legendary. And ever since then, it's felt like I have to play a game on the hardest mode if there's a hardest mode. And if I don't play a game and beat it on the hardest mode, then I haven't actually beaten the game. I'm like worthy of playing the game, something like that. But sometimes it's too hard for me. Sometimes I'm just not that good. So it just like ends up being like this really frustrating, I got to grind through this level. And so I can just claim that I beat the game on the hardest mode. And that's where I'm at with Doom. Doom is tough on the hardest modes. And it's my own hesitance to accept that I can't play on the hardest mode that keeps me from having fun playing the game.
I know that feeling all too well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of games that I probably just haven't gotten through simply because I'm trying to force myself to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
So
Andre, have you played Doom?
I mean, not any of the newer ones, but I have played Doom before. It wasn't a game that I gravitated towards. I mean, it was just okay.
We might need to get Johnny on trying to play Gears 4 on Inconceivable, where if you die once, the whole game starts over.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. So you could be almost at the end. One death, get out of there.
That's it. That's it. I enjoy those kind of games.
South
of Midnight was one that I liked. It looked like the character had like a Miles Morales kind of look. It was a female character. That's the one I was talking about, Haku. It was called South of Midnight. He looked kind of more like I said, like a Miles Morales. I thought I had a screenshot of it, but it looked like a game that I might try to play. Like I said, on Game Pass, I might try to play it.
Oh
like,
yeah, I seen that because my friends were
know.
talking about it was like the FPS was like it looked like it was purposeful lag, so it had that Miles Morales type of look to it.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Then it has that Bayou feel to it.
I
just didn't get no story out of it. I was like, they're not showing enough for me to. I said, why does she lead the alligator tree on top of the church?
Yeah, true.
I don't get it.
True. Yeah. And like I said, that's where Game Pass would come in for me, because that might not be a game I would buy, but if it's on Game Pass, I'll try it.
Yeah.
You know. All right. So BJ mentioned something. I had to put this in. I seen it on my app. How do you guys feel about DLC, man? BJ just mentioned something about Akuma. Like before, sorry, you buying Mortal Kombat, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, you know, Shao Kahn. You got all these people now. As far as I know, at least when Street Fighter was Street Fighter back in the day, Akuma was a regular character. You know, you don't get or Ryu was a regular character. Like they release it. Like imagine playing Pokemon. They're like, all right, in 2 weeks you can download Pikachu as DLC. Like, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about here?
I mean, they
So,
kind of
like,
are doing that.
like I want to. What's y'all feelings on DLC, man? I feel a lot of people say it's like they making a game and they not completing the game, so then they're gonna release it as DLC, or they are completing the games and they still gonna release it as DLC for a money grab. Like, how you guys feel about DLC, man?
I think it's just a state of the market today for gaming. I think it's sort of an expectation that tons of games are going to have DLC. I think looking at examples of games that have done DLC right are usually like indie games. So I think a game that comes to mind is Shovel Knight, which is 10 years old now at this point, or something like that. Sold billions, 800 billion copies, something crazy like that, and the DLC that they released was just free. They made like 2 whole different iterations of the game that were just completely released for free because of how successful the game was. And I think that's an example of DLC, which is additive to the game in a way that it's the opposite of a money grab because they didn't charge anything for it. It was something additional that they were able to do because their community loved what they made and they wanted to contribute more because it was just such a really good situation on both sides. So I think there are ways to do DLC that really add to a game, and it doesn't even have to be free for it to be good. But I think fighting games tend to be pretty guilty of this, where they will have like the scheduled release of characters that you will have to pay for, which probably could have been like included in the original game with no trouble. But it is a marketing tactic, I think. But I don't know if it's wrong. I think I'm much more ready to call it frustrating than I'm ready to call it wrong.
How did you feel about Helldivers DLC? Because a lot of people praise Helldivers. They said their microtransactions were good. They said they felt like Helldivers microtransactions were good.
Yeah, I think that one of the I would say good ways to do DLC or microtransactions is to have the currency earnable in game. So like in Helldivers, one of the things that is really nice is that if you play the game long enough, there's nothing that you could buy with money that you couldn't buy with the in-game currency. And I think that's a really nice way of doing things.
BJ, as a fighting game, aficionado, what do you think, man? How you feel about DLC, man?
Unfortunately, I think it's a necessary evil for gaming nowadays because, I mean, you always hear how, they have finally rose the price of like most games from $60 to $70, but I mean everything else in the world has gone up. So of course, eventually we're gonna have to shell out more for our games. So I mean, maybe I'm a corporate simp or whatever you want to call me, but I mean, I just people got to do what they got to do to get money, and then I also think the DLC, it keeps the game interesting because if you put everything in the game, right off the jump and then everybody play, like perfect example is fighting games. Like, okay, everybody hyped for Street Fighter. The game been out for a year. A lot of people maybe dropped the game. And then they're like, oh, Akuma coming out now in a month. So now everybody's coming back to the game because they want to play Akuma. You know what I mean? So it kind of keeps the game alive when just saving some of it. I do think is like unnecessary because there's even some DLC where you buy the game and it's already there, but they just lock it away purposely behind the paywall. But it's not something they had to like add in later. It's literally already there. That I think is kind of scummy. It's like if it's already on there, just let it be on there, and then if you're gonna add some stuff later, well, that's fine. I mean, you can pay for it or you don't pay for it. It's up to you, But
yeah, those are good points, BJ. I think it probably makes a difference when like a game company is offering a game as a service, like a lot of fighting games are. There's an online multiplayer community that we'll keep playing this game if content keeps coming out. So I think that's definitely a space where I see it being valuable and understandable to continue to pay for these things. DVD's got that too. If DVD didn't continue to release stuff, nobody would play it anymore. And I don't want to suggest that I think companies should be working for free or putting out content without price at all. But yeah, so gosh, is this twice that I've been convinced of a different opinion today? Jeez, we should start counting.
I mean, I think like take a look at Gears of War. Like I'm just going off something BJ said. Like Akuma, I'm assuming, like if I can remember Street Fighter, he was one of the original characters. I feel like you don't want to release Mortal Kombat and then Liu Kang's not on there. That doesn't make sense to me. Now, if Cyrex and somebody else or Striker's not on there, okay, he's DLC. But the original people from certain games, like Ryu and Ken, they're what if they were DLC? That doesn't make sense to me. Like those characters should be on there, and then because I think they're gonna make some money because I buy a skin every now and then, something like that. But if you're gonna release an Avengers game, but then you got to buy Captain America and Iron Man, that don't make sense. That wouldn't make sense at all to have to buy two of the main characters. Like, I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from with it. Haku, what about you, man?
So I have some gripes with DLC because you can do DLC and it could be really good, and then you can do DLC and then it'd be like, I see this was a cash grab. For example, the Monster Hunter community, like, and RPGs do really good. They can do really good or they can do really bad. So, like, for example, Monster Hunter, like, I got in on World when they came in on Game Pass, and there is so much in Monster Hunter. Like, for you to even get to the meta builds, like that people say, there is so much grinding you have to do in the base game to get to post game to do all the meta builds. And then when they released Iceborne, that was a whole nother story in itself. Was it as big? No, but it took it a step further. It built onto what you did. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Rise and Sunbreak. Rise was a built game, and then they added a whole nother game on top of that. And for DLC, when you pay $40, you're like, okay, I'm getting more. I'm building onto what I could do, and I'm unlocking a whole bunch. It's not like some stuff like, for example, Pokemon's DLC. Pokemon's DLC is all right, but have you noticed Pokemon started stepping away from like with Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet, these new gen games, they had DLC, but they didn't make a third game. And I don't know if that was more so of some people say, well, they could have just added this into this because all they did was brought back more Pokemon and made a smaller region, and they didn't really expound on another story like that. You get a Pokedex of maybe 60, 70 more Pokemon, but really 50 of them were previous gen that people probably wanted. And like maybe 8 or 10 are actual new Pokemon that help with the storyline. So like Pokemon is like a cash grab, but like something like Monster Hunter is like, oh, okay. Or like when Andre was talking about DLC with fighting games, like I'm a big Naruto Storm fighter. So like you can't tell me you can't release a new story game and not have like Gaara, Kakashi. Like I ain't talking about Naruto and Sasuke, but like you can't have not Gaara. Like what? Okay, I get releasing the kid versions of all of the Konoha 11. Like Kid Naruto, Kid Sasuke, Kid Gaara, like because they had a whole different moveset. Or Sage of Six Paths Naruto, or a special Sasuke. Like
I get
those
that.
are all right. But you can't tell me, half of Konoha 11 is not accessible in none of the base game, and I'm paying $70. Like I don't care how much time and effort you put into this new console, how much the graphics look, because we saw how Jump Force was, and that was the garbage fire. And then you added DLC on Jump Force? Sir, your game is trash. You want me to buy characters?
Hey.
You thought that was gonna save it? No.
BJ can speak to that. I can't speak to it.
You're right.
You talking about someone that pre-ordered Jump Force, bro.
I'm sorry. Hey, I knew from the J Stars Victory Versus that I already knew Jump Force wasn't gonna be nothing. So the arena fighters, man, I don't know. Naruto, they probably do it the best.
They do, and honestly, they're probably one of the best fighter games that's like that. Because like My Hero tried, and I think One Piece may have tried, or some other game tried.
Or they all have tried. I think even Jujutsu Kaisen got one, and it's not
yeah,
very good.
but it's like if they just stuck to what Storm did, like the way they fight, because Jump Force, the fighting is all right, but if they kept Jump Force graphics with Storm's fighting style, the game would have sold.
I'm telling you, man. DLC is like, all right, we're gonna release Diddy Kong Racing, but Diddy is DLC. So get Diddy Kong, but Diddy, you gotta wait for it. Like, come on, man. Like, what? The game? I don't know, man. They gotta lead for me. They gotta lead original characters on there. Original character.
It depends on the hype. You know, Akuma's a hype enough character where they're gonna hold him out and get money for him later because they know a lot of people like him.
So why wouldn't they do that with Ken?
Oh. You can't. It's like you said. You can't drop the game without them because them are the literal mascot characters of the game. Akuma, I mean, he is kind of an OG, but you know, if you want to say Street Fighter 2, he's not on that list. So,
okay,
you know, I think all the Street Fighter 2 people, that's who they started with, but I don't know. We kind of got off topic.
No, I love it. I like it. I
mean, hey, if this new Gears game dropped and they said you can get like Gears 4 or 3 Marcus for DLC, I'd buy that skin because he's not in that game. That's nostalgic. Right. You pull it on a nostalgic string. I'd do that, but I'm not buying Clayton Carmine.
Right. Right. How many Carmine is there now, man?
I'm not buying Benjamin A. Carmine or Clayton. Right. I'm not.
No. I feel that. All right, man. That's one that's near and dear to my heart, man. I don't even know if y'all play these games, but we're going to solve this. We're going to have a debate for a debate. Who y'all got, man? Y'all got Sam Fisher or y'all got Snake? I mean, what y'all got, man? Y'all got Solid Snake or y'all got Metal Gear? Or y'all got Splinter Cell, man? I don't know if y'all played them. I know probably all of us played Metal Gear. I don't know if y'all played Splinter Cell. I played a lot of Splinter Cell. So it looks like Johnny's shaking his head. Who you got, Johnny? What you got, man?
Gosh, it's tough. So I honestly have never compared the two in my mind before now, but now that we're talking about both of them, they are quite similar games. They're like stealth-based espionage games with the voice of the protagonist being such like an integral part of the gameplay. I think it was Michael Ironsides, voice of Sam Fisher, and then David Hayter, the voice of Snake. These voice actors sort of made these characters what they are. I played the hell out of both of those series, and man, which one did I have more fun with? Gosh.
Ironside.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I think I got to differentiate. I think I had a better, more mind-blowing overall experience with Metal Gear, but I may have had more fun with the gameplay of Splinter Cell. I think I got to come down in the middle.
And in a death battle, who would you take, Sam or Snake? Who you take?
Ooh, I think Snake, because Snake's got nanomachines.
Okay.
He's got the enhanced experience, the super soldier stuff.
Okay. We going. Okay. BJ, what about you? I don't know how you play either, both, none.
Yeah, I'm gonna disappoint a lot of people. I'm not a big stealth guy, so I have really no knowledge of either one. I mean, I know a little bit about Metal Gear just because it's so popular. I mean, I remember the Splinter Cell from back in the day, but I really can't make a choice because I don't play stealth. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Okay, that's all right.
I'm more of a walking in, guns blazing type of guy. I don't like beeping around and breaking.
Hey, sometimes you can play those stealth games like that.
you surely can.
Because I remember some of them, you literally, if you get caught, you gotta start the whole level over, or if you act, it's just never been my thing. Hitman, where you gotta kill people and hide the bodies and all that, and if you get caught, you gotta start. It's just never been my thing, man. Maybe because I'm not good at it, but it's just never been my thing. I'm not gonna lie. So I can't really pick.
D-Lo, what you think, man?
So
have you played either, both, none?
Yes, I've played. I think I've only played one of each of them. I can't tell you which one.
Okay,
I'm not even finna lie to you. I think when I played these games, I was early in gaming. So like a big thing for me was stealth was okay. Like it was the thing I could manage. Like I really liked, going through the whole game and not saying not killing nobody because I'm gonna do that, but not getting caught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think because of the games I played like back in PS2, PS1, where all the stories were linear and there wasn't no open world, I think Splinter Cell was more, here's your mission, go there, versus Metal Gear had that, here's the mission, but here's just such a sandbox world that you can go around. So because I wasn't developed enough to use all those options, I went down the Splinter Cell route of, okay, here's my objective. Okay, I can kill these people or I can't, but I'm going down one kind of linear path versus Metal Gear. It's like, well, here's the mission, but I can go see what's behind that tree over there right now. Like Splinter Cell, nah, dog, the door is locked. Like there's a wall, there's an invisible wall.
Yeah, that's really good.
So I think Splinter Cell for me was like, get the mission done. Here, get your cookie at the end.
Okay. I mean, me and my brothers and families debated this for a long time. I ain't gonna change my mind. You can see the color of my headphones. I'm taking Sam Fisher, man. I'm taking him to beat Snake, kill Snake, sneak up on Snake, and take Snake out. Period. Point blank. I don't care about Snake and his robots and nothing like that.
How's he gonna find him if he's hiding in a cardboard box?
I just said his boxes. I don't know. He gonna find a way, man.
Y'all could. I have no knowledge like BJ. By just looking at them, I think Sam Fisher is more here. Like, if he didn't have it looks like if I just looked at pictures, if you took all of his stuff off and just said, hey, drop y'all both in the forest, first one kill each other, Sam Fisher look like he handling the job. Snake it's gonna be hard like difficulty gonna be there, but I feel like because he said something about the serum, like he's a modified human, like dog. That already means
like Snake is like that brute. He that big guy you see out there. He ready, but Sam is like that. All right, you bigger than me, but I'm gonna sneak up behind. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this
right now.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. From what I do,
because I feel like Splinter Cell is all about stealth. Metal Gear is like almost optional. I mean, that's the goal, but Splinter Cell was you a spy, get caught, we all done. Metal Gear is like, okay, I need you to infiltrate, and you know what I'm saying, if you get caught, just take them out. You know what I'm saying? Just don't cause no ruckus.
Right. That's true. I mean, that's it. No,
yeah, we might have to revisit this one. I gotta do some reflection.
For sure. I don't know. From what I do know about both of them, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Snake got it easily. I ain't gonna lie. But I also don't really know like that. I ain't really played through them, but
I mean, I've heard that through my lifetime. My brothers and that, a lot of Snake,
Which Snake? Which Snake are we talking about?
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Are we talking about old Snake from Metal Gear 4? Then I might give it to Sam Fisher if we're talking
not old Snake. Them at their best, man. Best Snake, best Sam.
Okay. Well,
especially in a dark room, it's a wrap, man. He got his goggles.
Do they have all? Do both of them have their whole kit? Do both of them have all their stuff?
They fully powered, man. They Super Saiyan level 4. Hey, they whatever.
Doing a death battle style. You gotta give them all their powers.
Yeah, you gotta give them everything. It's Snake on.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's easy work for Snake. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, it ain't happening, man.
Look, I ain't saying. I mean, who knows? It might already even be a death battle for that. Anybody look at it? I would have. That seemed like when they done did everything under the sun.
I'm sure we can't be the first to compare these two guys.
Right, of all people.
We're gonna pull a Batman. Is there prep time? Is there info?
Right.
No prep time? Okay, look. It might be Snake. No prep time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We didn't have Johnny. I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I ain't letting you have it. I ain't never gonna lay this conversation down. I'm taking Sam, man. Gonna sneak up behind him with his little silencer. It's a wrap. Snake ain't even gonna know he there.
It looks like there's a lot of people online that have already had this debate.
Yeah. It's been a. So I want to go to the Call of Duty next, but I do have a question for you guys because me and my brothers talked about this. Well, that's just talking about Gears. Like you got like your God of Wars, you got your Halo, you got different of these games that's just huge. Why is I have my own opinion, but why do you think and Haku and BJ, you guys have obviously played a lot of Gears. Why isn't Gears more popular? I got my own reasoning for it, but why do you guys think Gears is not that Call of Duty? Gears is nothing's Call of Duty, but that big release, God of War, Spider-Man, because that's what Gears used to be, but why isn't it now? BJ, Haku, y'all got something on it? Johnny, I don't know.
What's on the tip of my mind, it might sound weird, but I do honestly think that it matters to the masses, is the fact that it's third person over first person. Okay. I mean, that sounds like a small thing, but I mean, the first person shooters just seem to be the ones that are always the biggest, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, how many third person aside Gears is probably the biggest third person shooter.
Yeah.
What about Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite.
Yeah, I guess it's Fortnite. But see, man. They got a lot of other shit going.
Yeah,
Fortnite got so much going like this.
Yeah. Like I feel like
and it
like
had the
comparable.
Yeah, they might be, because I think Fortnite appealed to kids in a way that Gears.
But low key, Fortnite kind
wasn't able to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like people like that first person view. Maybe they feel like it's more accurate, or
I think it might be 2 points for me. The third person aspect does play a role, because it's a different kind of spatial awareness you need as a gamer for third person versus first. Because a lot of people, we view through first person, so it's easy to pick up a gun and only see your gun and not know what's behind you. You gotta have your surround ears on lock. Versus Gears, you can kind of see a good window around you, so you can kind of maneuver a little bit better. So, but I do think they have their own right in challenging, but I think that's part of it. And another thing I think is, you said God of War. I think God of War is like, you correct me if I'm wrong, God of War is like Sony's main IP. Like when they came out, God of War was like that. Like
Gears is one of Xbox's.
Right. But what I mean by that is, what was up there with God of War? Because Halo was up there with like on the, if Xbox had a showcase, it was Halo on the front end, Gears on the back end. God of War was the that was it. Like everything was around it, and he was at the top. Versus Gears, it was kind of like you had your Halo friends, and then you had your Gears people, and then you had your Call of Duty folks that didn't care about none of that. So it was fighting a three-way kind of battle of competition. Whereas God of War, nobody was doing what God of War did.
Y'all both kind of helping my point out. I like it. I like where y'all going. Johnny, what you think? Got any opinion on it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my own experience playing Gears and when I stopped buying the games and playing. And I think it was after the third one or so that I just sort of fell off and never really came back. And I was wondering if you guys had any insight on, like, did the games just lose something around that time? Were they not as engaging?
Yeah. Because that's when I stopped too. After Gears of War 3 I know everybody loved Gears 2, but Gears 3 was my personal favorite one. Then when they dropped Judgment, I don't know. It's funny.
That was trash.
That's what I'm saying. It's funny because I can't really like pinpoint what it was, but it was just something about Judgment that just wasn't right. And then when they dropped 4 and 5, I just almost didn't even care. I mean, I did eventually go back to them. I did beat 4. I didn't manage to get, because I actually like the campaign. I did finish 4's campaign, but I didn't manage to get through 5. I didn't like all the open world.
I only really played the campaign and then the horde mode with friends. I didn't play online too much. I think I was more of a first person online gamer, and I think that might be something about that too. I think it's probably harder for a person that's been playing a first person shooter game to transition to a third person shooter game, because if they try to make that transition and then try to play online, they're going to feel like they're shit at the game. At least that was my experience, because I was, as you guys know, I was running around with my chainsaw trying to just like trying to kill people, and I just get absolutely destroyed.
Oh man,
absolutely destroyed. So I think I stuck with games that I was more comfortable with, like Halo and also Call of Duty.
Yeah.
My brothers would be screaming at you. Let me tell you right now. I ain't gonna with that. You got. Go ahead.
I could also say, like, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I didn't play Call of Duty like that. I think campaign. I think Gears is more so here's the story with some multiplayer, and multiplayer got big. Call of Duty was here's the multiplayer, but also here's the story. Because you know what I'm saying?
It became that way for sure.
Like zombies, like community based, like you know what I'm saying? Versus Gears, it was like here's a multiplayer that got popular, but that story. Because when Gears came out, it wasn't about multiplayer. Because you see, Gears 2 had a story. Now that was Gears 2's downfall, not having a multiplayer. But when Gears got introduced, it was campaign. You know what I'm saying? And I can also say, like, I feel like as a Gears player, now might be some controversy. I do think as a Gears player, you gotta be good in your own right, but also have good communication skills. Because in Call of Duty, you could be in there. It's a lot of people that go in Call of Duty by themselves and don't care about no communications. And they be just trying to be at the top by themselves. Versus Gears, you gotta, because Call of Duty, I think you have unlimited respawns, if I'm not mistaken, for the most part. You can die and be all right.
Yeah. Depending on the game mode,
execution and Warzone, things like that. But Gears, you had a health pool, a collective. Y'all have 20 lives. You can't go out there with your chainsaw, or we gonna be screaming at you.
That's why they were so mad. I
see. Bro, we got they up by 10. They got 10 more lives. They best player could come back 5 more times, and you done took half the way pool. So I think, and then I think Call of Duty is more user friendly. You know what I'm saying? Because you also had his competitor Battlefield. So, but nothing's competing with a third person like Gears is. So you had to go in with Gears. You didn't have no other games to kind of let me go play this to get me ready for Gears. I go play Battlefield and kind of edit to play Call of Duty. So I think that the user friendly.
Yeah. Every answer you guys said have linked it to what I've been telling my brothers. Every single one everything y'all three just said, it's too hard, which I enjoy. People want to just jump into Call of Duty, jump in something, boom, boom, boom. Okay, when you be playing with Gears, is this person bouncing here? You looking over your shoulder. Y'all talked about the spatial awareness. You gotta look behind you, look in front of you. It feel like don't nobody want to get in. Kind of what Johnny said. Don't nobody want to get in and get their A beat, and learn how to play. Everybody just want to get in. All right, I die, I get to come back. I die, I get to come back. To me, Gears seems too hard for people. Hey, I'm not calling nobody out if you don't know how to play Gears. Hey,
it is.
It is. I'm just saying,
because you couldn't put Gears on a mobile game. You can't. You can put Call of Duty on a mobile game. I got friends that play Call of Duty and they got introduced on the mobile game. I said, how you play I guess because it's first person. Because Gears, you need to manage a camera. The camera movement is your first obstacle.
I wonder if a side effect of Fortnite is that there will be a lot more people that could easily pick up Gears because it's a really popular third-person shooter. Like, I wonder if that playstyle will have prepped a generation of people to play well, or to at least have the camera savviness.
The Fortnite now will, because Fortnite when it came out, I like Fortnite when it came out because you had the building aspect. Now it's just like people building a whole Hogwarts in 5 seconds. I'll be like,
go right to no build. There you go. Go right to no build. But now that you say that, I do think that's also an aspect that's too difficult because there's also a lot of technical stuff you got to know. You got to know how to wall bounce. You got to know how to crab walk. You got to know how to hit the 2-piece just right.
You know how to hold the chainsaw button
reload on time.
Shit, even that,
let your gun jam and you trying to push the match. You getting screamed at.
You got all different type of guns, and
that was I think that was like one of the most. That was my second favorite. Next to the chainsaw is the active reload. That was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, that too. You got to
active reload and like get the damage boost or whatever. That was
exactly.
So much fun.
So there is a lot more like technical.
You guys are talking me into playing Gears again.
Yeah, there we go.
When that new one come out, it's on.
I'll play with you guys. I'll play.
Right now.
I already know it's gonna be at the top of Twitch.
Do I have to get an Xbox stream?
I'm assuming that it's gonna be how most.
Andre, I'll come over and play with you. I'll
I think it is.
Man, this guy, he's gonna be. No, man, Johnny.
So you gonna do the bayonet charge?
The retro charge.
We're gonna have to put Johnny in horror mode and just let him go out and defend by himself. That'll let him know if we can go play casual.
Johnny gonna come over here and play with me. He ain't gonna come on the podcast no more. He was like, nah, man, this dude. You ain't been in them parties. Haku been in them parties. He knows. My brother get on there.
It make you want to quit. It make you want to leave. For real.
Oh, I'm sure.
Man.
I'm sure.
Hey, Johnny, you might be good at King of the Hill. We'll throw a smoke in there. They can't see the chainsaw.
There you go. Okay.
They be rolling into them rings real quick.
I just got to find my niche. And if it's in a cloud of smoke, that works for me.
Yeah, I think. And so that brings me to my next question about Call of. Why, they pick up Call of Duty. Like I said, I think Gears is a little too hard. Do you think other shooters are too, like, why is Call of Duty so popular? Like, because I look at a game like Battlefield where you can get all of this stuff. That seems like that would be the prototypical game for people to play, but people think Battlefield's too much. Like, they don't even pick it up. It barely got any players. Like, why does Call of Duty have that on lock? Is it the ease of it? Is the respawn
Absolutely.
and come back? Like,
yep, you can just get in, hop on there, hop in team deathmatch, get to shooting, and that's it. Get you some kill streaks. It's simple. You can hop right in, get right to the action. That's what I think it is. Even though for me, like I said, they're bringing me back because I like the new movement that they're implementing with all the diving backwards, forwards, diagonal, being able to strafe horizontally. So that's what's bringing me back to the game because I like how that looked.
360
but
probably.
It's definitely just easy to hop in and go. Even if you're not good, you're probably still having fun just running around shooting at people, So
camping.
Yeah, or camping.
Camping is a good thing because you could just crouch in a corner and just hit somebody. Gears ain't no camping.
No, and it's all type of guns to get over that. So
yeah, I think probably ease of access and accessibility of the gameplay is probably a huge determinant of that. I think probably also just like marketing push and how popular it was and how hard it's been for other shooters, like other like war shooters to really break in. Because Andre mentioned Battlefield, and I think so. Battlefield 2, I think I would call it a superior game. They're more fun, at least for me, than the Call of Duties at that time were, because you had because you could fly jets, you could fly helicopters, you could like have a whole squad with like their support weapons and all that stuff. And so another great thing was like there was bullet drop with the sniper rifles in Battlefield 2. And these were all sort of things that made for much more complex gameplay. And I'm not. I think that the more recent versions of Battlefield just weren't as appealing because they were really just buggy and unstable, and I feel like it wasn't really the complexity that at least pushed me away from playing Battlefield. It was just how shit the servers were and everything. Battlefield, I think 4 was like unplayable. Like for the first few months of its release, you'd get in and everybody was like popping all over the place from lag and all that stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I think probably everything we mentioned so far is contributing to the difference in player base.
What do you think, D-Lo?
I do think, I don't know which one came out first, but I do think zombies does play a role into it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does Battlefield have like that extra option of I'm not playing?
I don't think so.
So there is that, and I think. I could say gun violence. No, I was playing. but I could say Battlefield took a more, now correct me if I'm wrong, a more historic aspect versus Call of Duty. Because when I look at Battlefield and when I look at Call of Duty, when I look at Battlefield, I think of history textbook. When I think of Call of Duty, I think of I'm giving you a gist of American history, like a crash course. And then we finna just go throw you into the training and just go. Versus Battlefield is like, no, you need to know that this was a bad guy back in 1912. Like, you need to know that your character, I think when I watched I think the most recent Battlefield, I watched the trailer and it's like, it shows you the name of that person. And if you died, you spawn with a whole new person, a different name. Like it made you more like this person actually died and he won't come. Ain't no respawn. You were John in chapter 1, that. And now you like Benjamin in chapter 8. Like you done killed 7 real people.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I guess because I'm a campaign person, so I think that played a role to Battlefield. I think was more story heavy.
Yeah, I just look when I look at them, I'm like, all right, Call of Duty. What I'm thinking, these supposed to be the war games, correct? These supposed to be war games. So you got a Battlefield where you can get tanks and you can get they got planes. Like that's a war. Like I mean, you can call it a kill streak, but you actually on foot in Battlefield. Like to me, looking at it from the outside of view and what I like from games, like Battlefield would be like the one that should be more popular, but it's just not, you know. And like
back when it was so Battlefield 2, I think, was the heyday of Battlefield. And I would log in, I would load up games and I'd just dogfight in fighter jets the whole time. I would just spend the whole match up in dogfights up in the sky, doing ground support when I could, like between the gun battles up there, dropping missiles on tanks and stuff. It was a beautiful time. It was a beautiful time.
Speaking of war, have you guys ever played again? Just a little bit off topic. Have you ever played a game called Chivalry 2? Any of y'all ever played that?
No.
BJ, you muted.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I played it briefly, because I think it was on Game Pass.
Oh,
and you like run around and it's like it was kind of almost like For Honor. Or you just run around, like, slicing people up.
Play For Honor.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a fun game, man.
I mean, it's not as technical as For Honor because you know they're trying to get all, you know, For Honor. That's a sweaty game.
Okay.
This one was more like just running in there and just swinging. So I played it briefly. It seemed like it was cool.
Okay, I just thought I'd mention that it's fun, man. It reminds me of like a Call of Duty, but like the olden times. So they got swords and shields and everything, and it's just a war battle, and it's funny, man. Stabbing people and killing people in there. I say it's fun, man.
I think I've seen some videos of people playing that. Is there like a class you can play with, like a guy with like a lute or something? Is there a dude like playing? Can you be somebody with a guitar?
Ooh, I don't know. That would be sweet. I don't know.
Let me see.
Chivalry 2 with a guitar. Okay.
I think it's like a.
Let me see.
This should be interesting. Where my pen at?
You can find a harp and a flute or something like that.
Okay, there is a lot of stuff on there.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. I'm not sure. But anyways, I saw people having a blast in some medieval fighting game with instruments.
21.
Oh, I think it's called Mordhau. Mordhau.
Okay. All right, man. I guess that's gonna bring us to 21 questions, man.
Real quick,
man.
I also when we were talking about the Call of Duty, like why aren't certain games popular? I do think like outside of that, I think your last conversation, y'all was talking about open world being like everything being open world. I'm tired of open world. I think BJ said that. I agree. But I do think games are getting so like the learning curve to jump in a game is getting so much easier. Because
unfortunately,
because back then I'm gonna just be honest, man. You had to have skill, dog. Like you could not jump into some of these games and be trash.
Look, as a fighting game player, I feel that in my soul.
Like,
but BJ, you play like the Maddens and stuff. Like I don't play those anymore because I feel like those got too easy. Like I feel like they adding all the X factors and all. I feel like they making it easier by adding all this stuff. Do you think that too, or no?
Oh yeah, they definitely making it easier. Like, I mean, I get it because if it's easier, then more people are gonna pick it up and play it. Which results in more money. So I get where they're going, but.
Perfect example. In the OG Pokemon games, now mind you, remember I said I started in Gen 4.
Yeah.
You didn't have no experience share across your whole team. You had the experience share little item that you
one
gave
at a time.
One Pokemon, and you leveled him up. Like people used to take their weakest Pokemon into the Elite Four and level him up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like I can do a raid. And I ain't even got to take this Pokemon out into a battle. I just give him the experience candies and all that. Like Victory Road used to have me crying. and then you had the Elite Four.
So now they let everybody get points?
Well, yeah. So like,
Yeah.
if I like throw one or use only one Pokemon out in the wild, everybody gets a percentage. Like
Trash.
the first person would get like maybe 100, and then if you use two, that second Pokemon may get like maybe 50, and then it kind of divides off based off of that.
Trash.
See, another thing with that, I feel like they're also trying to eliminate some grind, which I am not opposed to. So,
Okay, well,
you know what I
there is
mean?
that
Because
too.
like the grinding aspect, some
The
people
grind to level
nowadays.
100 with a Pokemon is, oh my god.
That's what I'm saying. Then now with the experience share, you can get your whole and even more so. Even with the breeding, I know you said you're getting your national deck. I don't know if you like do competitive Pokemon and do all the breeding, getting the EVs and IVs and all that.
It's
But
too
even
much.
they made
It's
that
too
a lot
much.
easier than it used to be too.
I don't know if I ever leveled a Pokemon to 100 without cheating.
What is
think
your
I've always-
definition of cheating?
The rare candy cheat.
The rare candy duplication,
candy
yeah,
cheat?
back in
But
the
see-
original Red and Blue, where you're
Well,
surfing up the side of
rare
that island.
candies
Yeah,
was so hard to come by. So that was
all you
like
needed,
a
all you needed
reward.
was one. You just in the old Red and Blue, you just needed one rare candy, and then you, gosh, can I remember what you did? You put it in like your 6th item slot. You go talk to that guy in the town where you in Viridian, Second City, where he didn't have his coffee yet or whatever, and then you fly up to the place and you surf down the island, and then you find the missing no or M, whatever they were. The Red and Blue had different versions of the same, like glitched out sprite, and you'd have a shitload of rare candies that you could just spend on all your Pokemon. So yeah, I too enjoy difficult games, but I also cheat. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey,
I like difficult games.
If
man.
it's in
like,
the game, I don't think it's cheating. I'm just saying.
Oh, this
Should have caught that bug early.
No, man, no, that ain't how. No,
It's called exploitation because
man.
if I can rank up a whole bunch of what's the currency in Elden Ring in a certain area in K-Lit and level up real fast.
There you go. Yeah.
If you didn't want me to do it, you should have told me.
Taken it out. Yep.
Well, I was just about to mention. I was gonna say Elden Ring because watching BJ play it on stream, like that seems like a hard game.
Oh,
it
is.
is. I don't think you should just be going through a game not dying at all. Like dying multiple to like that excites me to want to play a game.
Yeah,
that excites me. I know I'm a little different, but I want a game that's challenging.
I tried Dark Souls, and I think I went down one. I think I went down one little alleyway or something, and it was a Black Knight. And now going into it, I didn't know what to expect. What already pissed me off about Dark Souls was you couldn't you had to respawn back at the camp, and when you got back to get your health or whatever, everybody respawned. I said, oh hell no. So
all the enemies,
yeah,
they respawned
every time.
That was my first time playing that kind of game, so I was like, yeah, this ain't for me. But when I picked up Elden Ring, I was like, okay, I know what to expect. I said, they said these are the same developers from Dark Souls. I said, okay, let me go get my mind right. First boss, Elden Ring told you, hey man, get used to dying.
I like it.
They threw you at that spider with a sword that looked like a dagger, and said, hey, kill him. He got 6. He looking like Killer B out here and jumping all over the room, and you just like, I just learned how to roll.
Oh man.
Yeah, Elden Ring was great.
Let's move to this.
I started
21 questions, man. This week, this is from my sister. My sister has been playing games with just a little background, so you don't think she like just a new gamer. She grew up with 3 brothers who played a lot of games. All 3 of you actually know them. So we've been playing games since the 90s. She's been playing games with us for a long time. So just a little background on her. What's that thing on games? She played a lot of Max Payne. If you guys remember Max Payne, played a lot of Max Payne. Played a lot
was Max Payne the first like bullet time game? Was that like the first?
I don't know if it's the. I mean, Max Payne reminds me of like GTA, kind of. So she so just so you background, like, oh man, she gonna pick. She got extended knowledge of games. She just brought a PS5 a couple weeks ago. And she's been beating PS5 games. And she's been playing games for a long time. So just so you know, background. Let's start off with the question. Question number 1. Remember, yes or no.
Is this a game in a series? Is it is it a game in a series of games?
Yes.
Okay. Is it an exclusive?
No. Hold on. That's a hard question. That's a very hard question. I'm gonna say no. Hold on, no, that's fine. I'm gonna say no. No, there we go.
Okay.
No.
I guess I could edit the question, but okay. Non-exclusive.
And remember, you can't search anything. You can't look up anything.
All right, let me look right at the camera. I'm not gonna move.
All right. Let's see. I mean, we can always go through. Is it a
Broad questions.
is it a shooter game? Or is there shooting in the game?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, there
Okay.
it is.
The category is not shooter, but you can shoot. Okay. Not an exclusive.
I would not say shooting is the main theme of the game.
Okay.
It's one of them. But
is it story heavy?
yes.
Okay.
That narrowed it down to about 20,000 games.
Right.
Johnny, you got one?
I'm putting it together.
I don't want to burn the question. Let me think.
Let's see.
That was 3 questions, I think. 4.
Does it have a non-realistic art style? Like, is the art style trying to emulate non-realistic characters, or is it more realistic? Does it? So the yes or no question is: does it have a non-realistic art style?
No.
Okay.
That's
Really?
5.
Okay. So the character. So it is a game that may not be a shooter, but has shooting. The art style is they're trying to show real people, real stuff. It's part of a series. What else do we know?
It's not an exclusive.
Not an exclusive.
The first question we asked.
Yeah, we asked one more question, right? What was it?
It was your question. You asked. Dang, what was the first question we asked?
I asked if it was part of a series, I think.
Oh, part of it.
Yeah.
So it's part of a series. Okay.
And it is, which is yes.
So,
All right.
That's 5, fellas. 5.
Shooting
Okay.
is not the main thing.
shooting is not the main thing. Okay.
Let me just check
Is
my
the
phone.
main character a notable IP? Like, if I showed this picture to a group of people, what a lot of people say, "Oh, I know who that is."
I want to ask a question. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
So you
Because
gotta have some
the
opinion.
way you asked it, I'm thinking like if you show a person a picture, any person a picture of Mickey Mouse, they would know who it is, not just
Okay.
a gamer.
Okay.
You
Okay.
said
So
people.
okay. So general people. So general people wouldn't notice. You would have to have some gamer now.
Okay, so that probably rules out Mario, Sonic.
Yeah. Most
well,
of
does it?
Nintendo's.
Those are probably out for art style stuff anyway.
Does it?
Well,
I think so.
Nintendo's IPs, because they're not realistic.
Oh man,
Okay,
Let's
that was
see.
6.
I don't know. Mario looked like a human to me.
I mean,
I'm just
but-
talking. I'm just talking.
this man trying to throw us off game. We're gonna get.
Is there driving in the game?
There are driving elements. Yes.
So maybe like a mission is the driving, but not in GTA now here probably.
Yeah, that was the first thing coming to my head, but
Mhm.
I don't. I mean, I can't even say that. I ain't gonna say that that's not it because last time I got it and didn't even know I had it. So
So
Let's
it's-
see.
So there's it's not a driving game, but there is driving. There are driving elements. It's not a
There's
shooting game,
shooting
but there
elements.
is shooting.
It's a series.
Mhm.
Is it a? This is one that I just kind of like that. Is it a classic game like anything PS2 or before?
Is this you asked two different questions? Are
Yeah.
you saying is that you got to ask me just a simple yet
Is it PS2 or back, or is it a classic? Which question you rolling with?
Well, I consider PS2 or I would just specify because I remember
Okay.
last time you asked me like what do I consider to be classic, so that's why I was
Okay.
just kind of elaborating that I consider classic PS2 or earlier.
So is it? Are you saying is it a PS2 or earlier game?
Yes.
Wait. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
I
answer the
mean,
question.
No.
hey, no. If you got about to say,
No.
if you gotta,
He was
'Cause I
about
was
to
gonna
say
say
he was about to say
because-
yes, so we just don't have to ask it because he was about to say yes. Just
because
kidding. We should ask.
when I think classic, I think across all. Now, when you say PS2, do you mean the consoles that came out around PS2 as well?
See, that's
yeah,
that's
anything
that- 'cause-
PS2.
Because when I think
GameCube.
classic, I think of like the first two consoles of every company.
Oh, okay. So you say
Like
you
first two
going
or you know what I'm saying?
antique?
Two or
I got
three.
no. I'm just- hey, shit. Hey, we getting up there, man. We gotta start looking at these, man. We
Okay.
gotta start looking at these consoles.
Did this come out before the PS2 or before that? No.
Okay. So
All right.
okay. No, I can't look up nothing. I was just like, when did PS2 come out? It's not story heavy. I think he said no to that. So
I thought.
Did we ask? Yeah, that's right. We
No,
did.
it
That,
is.
that
It
was
is.
our other question. Yeah,
I think he said it was though. I thought.
Andre,
Oh.
did you say that was or was not story heavy?
I'm not supposed to help you guys.
Oh wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
get-
what? You can't
That
tell
was
us
our
answers. You already told us.
Yes, it's still usually the
That's
people
what I thought he
remember these
said.
things, but yes.
oh,
it's
we gotta
still-
remember them. Okay,
yes,
so okay,
yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
that's fine. That's fair. It is story heavy. It's a series. It's after PS2.
And yes, Johnny, you guys are supposed. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm just. Hey,
It's
it's
okay.
enforcing the
Writing it down.
rules, man.
I start writing it down.
Hey,
Right.
like I told you guys, I like hard stuff, but I'll cheat. I will. So you got to keep me honest.
I will exploit. Let's see.
10 of questions. Years, console. I mean, y'all got so many.
Games that are in a series after the PS2, story heavy.
Is
That's
well,
that's a good
okay. He
question. Is
said
it-
it's not an exclusive, but I think he was
Mhm.
trying to allude to it was probably on one console and then got ported out.
Okay, yeah, I can believe that. Maybe.
So that's why he was kind of shaky on that. Now,
Did we ask about multiplayer yet?
No, we didn't.
Is it supposed to be like is multiplayer the core focus of the game?
No.
Okay.
Because it's story heavy, so that's probably why not.
I might burn another question if you guys are okay with it.
Okay.
Asking
Right
if there
ahead.
is if there is multiplayer. Maybe I should have asked that first.
Johnny,
What was
make a
that?
statement.
You said, is there multiplayer?
I'm not asking yet. I'm not asking. I'm
Okay.
asking my colleagues if you guys think I should ask that one because I probably should have asked that first.
So you already
was
said it
multiplayer.
wasn't like multiplayer focused.
He said it wasn't
It's not
multiplayer
multiplayer
focused.
focused, but it probably has multiplayer.
It might. I don't know.
So I'm
Is it-
thinking games that are like story heavy, like you know what I'm saying? Like GTA is story heavy, but there is
Yeah.
driving elements, there is shooting elements.
Ooh, no. I was thinking. Okay, no, never mind. I was thinking BioShock for a second, but no.
Oh well.
Great game, by the way. Anyway,
Should I ask the question? Should I ask the gender of the main protagonist? Because I think that might help.
okay, not a bad idea.
Is the main protagonist a female? Oh, I'm assuming this is okay. Well, by the looks of it, it sounds like it's more people in this story.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, I just had to remember that, like, sometimes people turn into things like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That helps. So
don't take no
it
advice
sounds
from me.
like-
I ain't trying to give it to you, so don't take no advice from me.
Is
Okay.
the main protagonist a female? He said yes to that.
Yes, he said, but he said with like a, well, I don't know if you lying to us because he said they could change it. So I'm assuming it's like an Avatar-esque maybe game.
Yeah.
That's 10 questions.
Okay.
Dang.
Godly, what have we
Right
got?
now, I have no idea.
Ooh.
Oh, I think I have one. Maybe.
I'm thinking Mirror's Edge at the moment. Is there any driving in Mirror's Edge? I don't know.
I haven't played enough. All I know is the wall running.
Right.
Yeah.
Should
Did we
I?
ask if? Did we ask about first person? Do we know if it's?
No, we haven't.
No,
asked
we
that.
didn't ask that.
Do we want to burn one on that?
Would that help? Let's see. Games that are story heavy, got multiplayer and driving. I would assume. Well, I would assume a game that has driving elements is probably third person, unless they switch it to where it's overview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that could rule out the Call of Duty things. 'Cause
Mhm.
Maybe
Are
hold
you
on.
guys asking that or
No, we're not. We're discussing. We're deliberating in the back room.
All right. my
Hmm.
bad. Dang, man.
Do we want to ask? Okay, so remember when he said it's not an exclusive, but so assuming it got ported out, do we want to ask if it started on a certain like company? You get what I'm saying? Like, is that a question we want to?
Yeah, I mean, we could
Yeah.
burn a couple questions to really narrow it down. We could ask like, is
Okay.
it a
Which-
Nintendo game or is it? But if it's
okay.
not exclusive, that might. Be sort of
But
tricky.
if we said it originally started, then that can kind of help us when it got ported out,
possible.
especially
I'm-
after PlayStation 2.
yeah, I'm not
Okay.
opposed to it.
Did this game originate on Xbox?
no?
Okay.
No.
That sounds like a disrespectful question. Okay, so well, that ruled out
I
a
don't
good
know.
amount of games if it didn't start on Xbox.
Yeah.
So okay, let's think. What Nintendo games have realism, like you said, that kind of go off of real people, that has driving and shooting elements?
Not, I feel like that's like no
Not a lot.
Nintendo game.
Nintendo's all cartoon. So there's got to be a
Exactly, for the
Sony
most
game.
part.
This might be a Sony game. Okay.
I
But
don't know
we
if
said
Sam
it's-
Sam Fisher was on Nintendo.
You said what?
Nothing. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
And you got to have some knowledge on this character to notice who this is. Like a regular person on the street wouldn't know who this is. Okay, I got one. Is the series still going?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still going?
Like how Gears is still going, technically. Like we ain't heard no rumors. Well, we have heard rumors, or it's in development or something. Is the game still going?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
I don't
Maybe
don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
We win, right? We stumped you. We win.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. So it might have stopped.
I'm gonna, you know what? Just to be generous, I'm gonna say yes. Just to be generous, I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
I was wondering about Final Fantasy. Like I was wondering if this could be a Final Fantasy game.
But see, if we say Final Fantasy, is that the right answer? Because it's like hell of them games. You can't say it was 10. Well,
right.
the answer was
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
Because
You would, like, if the answer was Mario, if you said Mario Kart and that was the answer, you would have to Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart, and you would have to name the.
Oh my gosh.
oh
Yeah.
god. See,
But we didn't talk about Final Fantasy at all today, have we?
We didn't.
So,
No.
yeah, so that rules that out. So that one's a
Okay.
definite no.
That's what I'm just thinking
Um,
about. We talked Gears, Call of Duty.
Well, when he asked that, I guess I took, maybe that was on me when BJ asked that. I took it as, have you talked about this game throughout the whole episode? That's what I
This
took it
episode.
So on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
we have talked about it. Okay, so that okay.
Yeah.
Because I was not finna remember 3 hours of content prior to this conversation.
Oh yeah, no, it's just I was specifically asking this one,
Okay.
so
Um.
that's why I was listing them off.
Okay. So could it be one of the games that has something from the Xbox thing showcase?
Maybe.
Could it
I was-
possibly?
Is that too much information?
Was
If we
that a
just ask that
question?
question,
Oh wait, was that a question? Well, damn. Let me format the question. How can we format that question and make it?
Was this in an Xbox showcase?
But we know it's not an Xbox game, so
Right. So
There was
Ooh.
PS5 games on there.
yeah,
yeah.
because
That was
wasn't Metal
different.
Gear an exclusive to Sony for a
It
minute?
was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But see, I feel like okay. So any question that you say you can't answer, does that go against us as well? Like, does that count as
No,
one?
no,
Better
no,
Okay,
not.
no.
Yep.
no.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that to y'all now.
We'd be down to 3 questions at that point.
right?
So what did we talk about today that is story heavy?
We talked about. No, it's not Gears. I know it's not. That's it.
Yeah. Can't be
Um.
Gears.
Uh.
God of War.
God of War. We talked about
God of
that.
War.
There's no driving in God of War.
Unless you're like
right.
driving a monster, like because remember you're like
mounting does not driving.
yeah.
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well,
mounting
you
is
know.
driving. I mean, Andre might consider mounting as driving, but
I ain't got an A. I'm just. I want to hear some questions.
I don't
Y'all
think-
talking. I don't
okay,
hear no questions.
Okay. Can I customize my character? Like,
That's a good
yeah.
question.
Can I customize my character?
No.
You said no. Okay.
Okay.
I can't customize it.
This is a series. It's a set
So you-
protagonist that only gamers will really know about.
What? Yeah. What games do we talk about today with women protagonists?
Notable IPs. Oh, gamer IPs. Okay. Well, no. Pokemon name.
I mean, we
ported over.
briefly mentioned the Perfect Dark, but would you probably consider that a shooter, right?
That's a shooter. Yeah.
I don't know too much about it, like, because I know, but I think there was a game before Perfect Dark. Eternal Dark, is that the one before that? I don't know. I don't know too much about.
I know there was a earlier Perfect Dark game that was
Perfect
out.
Dark Zero. Yeah.
Oh,
Perfect
Perfect
Dark's
Zero. Yeah.
Definitely a shooting game.
What is there driving in that? Elements?
I don't
Like
remember
maybe a
any.
mission where you drove, maybe.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't remember.
How many questions we got? Like 7.
Y'all are at 14 questions.
Okay.
You can't customize your character. What about? Well, we talked about Fable a bit, didn't we?
Yeah, we
We did
did
mention
that.
it.
I don't think there's any driving in Fable though.
No, I don't think so either.
Hmm.
Not that I know of.
Gosh.
See, I'm also trying to think about because the person that he asked to give him the game.
I was thinking about that too, and I'm also wondering if we should speculate a bit about her taste, or if she would intentionally pick some, or if we're underestimating what her taste might be because
No,
of
right, or
gender
what her
expectations.
knowledge might be.
Right.
Around
right.
game.
Because I think, like, did she even watch the Xbox game showcase to know about any of these games in the first place?
Is that a
You,
question we
you
can
know what I mean?
ask?
This is the stuff that I'm thinking about. But I don't know, though. You know, maybe she could be that deep in.
I mean, you met her brother, so that's all I can. That's
yeah.
why I gave y'all a little backspiel.
Okay,
That's
this
true.
might be a wild card question. I was gonna ask. Let me see how to format it so I can get a solid answer. Would she play with us? Like, would she play a game like where like I'm trying to get an idea of her taste? Like, would she hop on the sticks with you and like us in a game, or any one of us in a game? In a game that
You're
she likes?
asking, would she play a game with us?
Like, not
This
your,
game,
not
right?
her, not us
Like-
as in you're all the brothers, but like you and your friends.
And you're asking about would you play this game?
Like, would she,
With
like,
us.
for example, if I asked the question, would she hop on Gears with me in the gang with Andre? That'd be a yes or no question. So I can kind of get, or is she like,
you're trying to get in the mind of the person that picked the game.
yes, you're right.
Okay.
So I can kind of get a taste. So does,
Wait,
would she
hold
play-
on. Can I
Okay,
pause?
wait.
Can I
Yeah,
veto
go
that
ahead.
question? Is that okay?
I was
'cause
talking to y'all, not him though.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, great.
the-
Yeah, just because I think even if he
trying to
says
word
yes, I feel like there's no way for us to know enough about her psychology to know
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
to get a good
that,
idea.
Probably
that's
talk
a
to
tough route to go.
Yeah,
I
I
like
was
I
just
like
trying
the
to.
Thinking about it in my head, like what level, you know?
because she might not have picked a game
But-
she actually liked. She might have picked a game that she thought would be tough or interesting for us to pick. for us to
Right.
choose. So,
Yeah, there's no way of knowing that thought process, right?
yeah. But I like the
And then,
thought. I like the sidetrack
she,
to the answer
right.
here.
She knows the IP though. I feel like she knows because she
Probably.
played the game. So, what realistic kind of character? Golly.
Oh,
I feel like this is a Sony game. Was this originally a Sony game?
Yes, finally, I asked the question. That's one of the best questions you asked at the beginning. Yes.
See, I
Okay.
figured that, but I was
Okay.
like,
Okay, does it
I wanted.
is it a stealth heavy game? Like is like stealth a big thing?
There
you do
are
in the
there
game?
are stealth elements in the game. Yes. 16.
stealth elements, driving elements, shooting elements.
Sony.
I think a better question probably would have been, could I go through the whole game in stealth mode? We're gonna save that one.
Is that your
We're gonna
question?
save that one for no, it's not.
Okay. All right.
Would have been.
My bad. I should have consulted first.
No.
Is there? I mean,
No, that's why
I
Andre.
mean, I'm starting to rethink Last of Us now. Did we talk about Last of Us before in this podcast?
Yeah, we did. Well, no, not prior to me answering the question.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking because I know we mainly talked about the Splinter Cell and the Metal Gear was a big one. Talked about it's definitely not Call of Duty. Okay,
Yeah. What else did we talk about? We talked about Battlefield. We talked about.
we did talk about, but that's definitely mainly a shooter. Also,
I'm trying to think.
Why
of
did
everything
I-
I talked about.
Yeah. Why did I say so many games? What was I talking about?
I mean, it is.
No, for real.
Driving, shooting, and
What about it?
stealthing.
I'm sure it would be a game we would all know, right? I'm sure it'd be like it wouldn't be
Probably.
one that like it. Well, it's post PlayStation 2, so I would know.
You can narrow. I'm just saying, telling you what I've seen. You can narrow down what console, what exact PlayStation console it's on. I mean, there's different.
Well, we
Well,
know
so
it's-
we also
yeah,
know
it's
it didn't
3
come
or
out before
4,
PS2.
4 or
yeah.
5.
Mhm.
3, 4,
4.
5.
Well, okay, so let's narrow it down. What
What about
PlayStation game?
what about Heavy Rain?
Did we say we talked about Heavy? Yeah, we did. He
we-
did mention Heavy Rain.
I'm gonna
Did we-
change.
did we
think
talk
we
I'm
about
gonna
that
change
earlier
up
today?
something. I'm gonna change up something just for this episode because I don't want to confuse y'all. I don't want to be confused. Have you talked about this game anytime through the episode? Yes.
Okay. Anytime. Okay.
Just so no one's confused and so I'm not.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. Dang. We got about 5 questions left, if not 6.
Dang.
Y'all ain't even get it down to what kind of game it is, building, RPG, adventure, sport. Y'all ain't even.
Yeah, we kind of broke down what games it wasn't.
Right. We got
games
what
that
it ain't.
Right. Maybe would have
Okay.
been a better route to ask.
I think that's kind of what you want to do when you do so many games like that.
Do we want to
Especially
ask
if it's
if?
not exclusive. Go ahead.
Well, there are stealth elements. So, do we know if there's even any fighting or combat in the game at all?
Okay,
Like, do we know that?
Okay, we could ask that question. Is it a
Yeah.
well? How would we want to phrase the question first?
Right.
Okay, I could add on. Okay, if I typed in this game, and you know how they have the genre of the game, right? If I typed in the game, would the genre say action adventure?
Oh, that's the first time I'm hearing a question asked like that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so that
action
narrows because if it's
adventure.
story driven, it's probably not a shooter. It's not gonna say shooter. It's not gonna say. It might say fantasy. So, I mean, but then it said realism. So maybe unless they have magic elements or something like Skyrim. Because Skyrim, well, ain't no dropping in Skyrim. Yeah.
I almost want to ask if we play as one character or if the character switches. Like, do we?
Oh, Yeah, because the main protagonist kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
take
I'm still stuck on how he answered the question of if we were playing as a woman or not.
So would we say? Do we switch characters?
Do you
throughout
play as
the-
the same protagonist throughout the whole game? I
No.
guess is the question.
That's the question.
Oh, did you just? Okay, no, you don't.
Okay, so
Okay,
we switch characters.
yeah.
Okay, what PlayStation game
I mean that
switches characters?
points again to Last of Us, but and Heavy Rain.
No, I can't look up what Heavy Rain looks like. Damn it! I was going to say, what does that look like?
It
What
was like
else?
I mean, it was definitely. I need to play that game.
But we didn't talk about either of
All
those
the way
games,
through.
did we? We didn't
Well,
talk about
I
either of
feel
those
like-
we didn't.
Oh, we didn't. Okay, there was a game that had red in it. Was it Redfall that he said? Andre had said
Redfall,
earlier?
yeah, we did mention
say
it.
Redfall.
We briefly mentioned it, but we did mention it.
But that does count. So I
We
was
did
just
say
always
Redfall.
like,
Redfall's
We're all-
definitely
Throughout the
Definitely.
whole episode.
we have mentioned the game.
I don't
since
want no
and
controversy.
that well. So since the whole episode means since you hit the record button, right? Since we've been
Yeah,
right.
recording. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because I did ask, was it prior to this 21 question? He said he couldn't answer it. So
Right.
because if we said it during the 21 questions, just like he said,
But then it's not really a series.
I think I'd probably forget all those games we said too already.
What
Jeez.
series did we
We
talk
haven't
about?
talked about a lot
What-
of games.
You know, like what
what
games did we talk
series?
about that is got a series of games?
Battlefield
Battlefield.
technically has a
Call
series
of
of
Duty,
games.
but those are shooters for sure.
Those are shooters for sure. But his story hit.
I mean, we,
I thought it
we
was.
did
story
mention
heavy.
God of War, but again, there's no driving.
I said driving elements.
Yeah,
Just so
elements.
you know.
Elements.
Okay.
But see, I don't want to ask him
No.
this question about mounting versus driving because I ain't trying to.
I ain't even gonna make you waste that.
In
Don't-
God of War,
okay.
you play
Yeah.
as the same protagonist the whole time, right? You play as
Oh,
Yeah,
God
yeah.
of War. Well, the more recent God of Wars, you kind of switch, but
you play as son.
but there's
right?
probably a man and a woman, right? There's probably
it's definitely.
both in there, just based on how you answered it, right?
Yeah, you do switch characters.
Is that
And
your
when I say-
question?
when I-
is that your question? Is there a man
No,
and a
no.
woman?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so, unless we want to ask that one.
Well, I feel like if you're switching characters, I can't even think of a game where you have all males. Well, no, I mean all females or something like that. I feel like if you're switching characters, it has to be at least a man and a woman. With Sony, and
I'm
don't
just
know.
trying to think back to this is when my terrible memory is going to be my downfall. because-
okay, would y'all
I
want
might-
to narrow down which PlayStation?
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that. I wouldn't be.
So
I'd
which
be
one
fine
we
with
want
it.
to do?
Hey, I'm not whatever we feel like is a good question to ask. I'm with it.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all decide because the last PlayStation
Yeah.
2, the last PlayStation I played was 2. So if it came out on
Oh,
3,
dang,
4,
dang.
3 or 4,
I got a feeling.
now
that,
I may have knowledge, but I didn't play it. So
I personally feel like I don't think that would help me, but I don't know if it would.
okay, well no.
Just me
Anyway.
personally. I mean, Johnny, his brain works different. Maybe it would click with him if he knew.
Yeah,
But for
I don't
me,
I
I
don't know
can't
if
even-
narrowing it down much.
To be
That
honest,
would-
the 3, 4, and 5 is so similar that it would be hard for
Well,
me.
what
to-
if we ask? Is it? What if we ask? Will it be playable on the
Ooh.
5? Because that would narrow
then
out.
we know it's a newer game or not. Yeah.
If we knew whether this game was rated M or not, would that help us?
Well, then you would have to know the rating. Because if it's
If it's not, it means that there's no like gore, violence.
well, yeah, there's that too.
Just a cause to pause. We had a minute and the recording ends at like 2:05 or something, like 2
Oh, okay.
2 hours
So,
and 5 minutes. We had
Okay,
a minute.
okay.
We
Let's
had an hour
hurry
and
it up, hurry it
54. So
Okay, how many questions
we
we
got
got?
about
5?
10 minutes.
yeah, there we go.
Okay.
That's
Might
what
as well
I-
start throwing them out there. What's some
Throwing
good
them out
ones?
there. Okay.
I'll burn it. Yeah, is the
ahead.
game rated M?
No.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay.
Let me make sure. I might be wrong with that.
How many clicks do we hear in typing right now? Just
Right.
Let's see. Is the game? Let me try to look through his iris and see if I can get it.
Right. Just get the Professor
color
X
is-
going. Just
What color is his face? Is it red? Did it change color?
look in his eyes, see if you can see the reflection.
You ain't got no mirror in this room, so I can't see nothing.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
rated
it's
M.
rated
It
M.
is rated M?
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Huh. Something rated M that we talked about today.
You
Okay,
guys are at
well.
19 questions, so you got one more question for 20 and a guess for 21.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pull it together. We've got it's a PlayStation game. It's a series, which maybe not exclusively PlayStation anymore.
It most likely started in PlayStation 3.
Mhm. Realistic graphics.
It's technically still going. Maybe
Well,
reboot.
Multiple
Or-
protagonists that we switch between. There's elements of shooting, elements of driving, elements of stealth.
It's story heavy.
Everything on
It
there.
has
Story heavy.
multiplayer.
It's
Uh,
does it have multiplayer?
yeah,
I think
well,
we
it's the
we
element.
said that I think we know that it doesn't have a multiplayer focus, so it
Right.
could have multiplayer.
Would co-op be considered multiplayer?
Yeah, I would say
Okay, we can still okay.
but maybe not the focus.
Okay.
I would if I thought that we talked about it today, I would guess Last of Us. I think my guess would be Last
Yeah,
of Us.
that's
if we
what I
talked
was
about it
thinking,
today.
but
but
we
I
didn't.
don't think we talked about it.
I don't
right?
know. I
We-
don't recall hearing it personally.
yeah,
but
no.
I'm also not
Okay.
not an elephant. All right, so we got
Golly.
one more question.
And just a little bit more clarification. When we were talking and I said Redfall, that means we talked about it. It was mentioned though that we
Yeah,
mentioned
so-
just so even though we only that was like for 5 seconds,
Yeah,
but I
that's
mentioned-
why. Because
Right,
that's
right.
when you said the other game, and I was like, it has something to do with Red. Okay.
But did
Oh,
we
yeah.
did we mention Last of Us at all?
No, we
never-
I know.
Okay.
I don't recall
I
mentioning
don't recall. If we did, I hate myself.
Yeah.
'Cause-
it. Man, I don't know if you saw the paperboy thing from last time. I literally had it.
Well, we've got one more question.
One question: How do we want to go about this? It's
Do
not
we-
an
are
M-rated
there-
game.
Are there zombies or something? Do we want to ask if there are
Well-
zombie-like or zombie creatures in the game?
Are there? Well, let's ask. Well, between us 3,
Mhm.
is there a non-M-rated game with zombies?
Probably
Besides
not.
Plant versus Zombies?
or something? Right.
Yeah, good
That
question.
was probably not.
Wait, so
Dang.
it wasn't rated M. It's rated teen
We
or
don't know.
more.
I said it
T
was
or
rated
E,
M, right?
maybe E or
Yeah.
Oh, you said yes? It is. It is.
Yeah, I
M?
said it is rated
Okay.
M. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it is rated M. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the zombie question might be valuable.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay.
But
All right.
are we cool with that
What-
one being our last one?
Mhm. With that, which one would narrow the question down, the answers down better? Like something to do with the story or having zombies? Because if it just has zombies, but it's not really with the story, then it.
I'm happy to go with the story one. We've got
Okay.
five minutes.
Is
5 minutes
is
or so.
what was okay? Did we want to say does the story have zombies in it? Is that the question we want to ask? Or is it centered around? Okay, is the story centered around zombies?
No.
Okay. Well, it's not Last of Us.
It's definitely not in there. Oh, I don't.
Gosh,
Did we get one
Oh.
answer, or we all say a 3? Okay, we all get one answer.
I think we gotta agree on one. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
agree
we
on
have to
one.
agree on one
honestly,
answer.
honestly,
I'm stumped.
I have no idea.
And I'm mad because
um,
if we talked about it, then
okay. So, what if it's GTA? What?
You-
What?
You play the same character in GTA, right? You play the
No,
main guy the whole
because
time.
in
Well, the newer
GTA
one,
4, you got 3 characters, and you can swap between all of them throughout the game for the most part.
That question,
There's
the
never
zombie,
been.
the zombie question you just asked, I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna say I cannot answer that question.
Okay. So did we get that question
So,
back?
yeah, you get that question.
Okay,
back.
we
I
got-
cannot answer that question.
There's no women protagonists in GTA until the
if
new
you
one
can't
came out.
answer it,
We
If it was up to me, I'm gonna say no. So I mean, I'm just reading what the tea leaves say. So,
so there are no female. Okay.
no,
No
he
female.
said he said
Oh.
zombies.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
was talking about the zombie question, right?
Oh, okay.
I was saying that it couldn't be GTA
well,
because
I know
of
the
female
Redfall
protagonist.
is. I know the Redfall is technically like vampires or something, for whatever that's
Oh,
worth.
okay. But there's no driving.
And
in
Redfall is definitely a shooter. It
Don't
doesn't
worry,
have
it's gonna
just
be-
zombies.
It's gonna be some controversy at the end of this. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm sure there's going to be.
There's gonna be some
stumped, bruh.
controversy at the end of this.
Let
I'm
me-
stumped, bro.
Let me get ready to be
To
upset.
be honest, I am too. I ain't gonna lie.
We still got one question though, technically.
We do.
Okay, let me ask this question. Okay, well, before I ask the question, if we talked about it, does that mean we've played it? Is that probably already reused that, huh? Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Really.
I don't know.
Have come on. Have any of us played it, or have all of us played it? Have any of us played this game? Like we follow this game. Like we you know what I'm saying? Kind of how you follow Gears. Is one of at least one of us in here? Do we do that with this game?
I'm not for sure. From what I know about you guys, I'm gonna say no.
Damn. Even you?
Man.
I'm gonna say no. You can't answer. This question isn't about me.
But I said all 4 of it. Damn it. Okay. Okay. You know what? That was my last question. We stopped. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't even have an idea like I did last time, to be honest. I'm just mad because if we talked about it, it's only a small pool of things it could be.
Right.
You know, that's the part that bothers me.
Do we want to go with GTA? I don't know, because
we can. I think it's. Did we even talk about GTA today? I don't think we did.
It has realism.
I think
That's what I was thinking too. I don't think we talked about it.
Doesn't have.
If we did, it was briefly.
But we have to specify which GTA.
Does GTA have stealth in it? I don't.
Not really.
Really. I mean, you could.
I mean, you literally busting up in the bank and just.
As far as I know, there's no woman protagonist in GTA. He also said you can't customize a character, so that rules out
GTA.
Yeah, it does have customization, at least even if it's to the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
With just the outfit, that is customization.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't even think of an IP just to
and
guess.
And technically action adventure also.
Oh yeah.
That was that part too.
Gosh.
All right, guys. Let's just name an action adventure that came out in PlayStation 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Final Fantasy game.
A mature action adventure.
But we didn't talk about Final Fantasy. I don't know.
If I had to guess, I would probably guess God of War, but I don't think that's it.
That's
what I would guess. But even then, we would have to guess which God of War.
We're running out.
What y'all guess, man?
Want to guess God of War Ragnarok?
It has no driving.
It doesn't.
Oh wait,
elements,
wait.
Elements.
It has driving elements because there is like a sleigh type of
sled. Yeah, you do slide around on that sled.
Man,
that is true.
That ain't driving.
That
is driving, bro.
That's driving.
Well, we've got 2.5 minutes.
Okay, come on. I don't know, bro.
So it's probably not that if you're saying that ain't driving.
Did we say BioShock?
I mentioned it. I don't think
you did mention it once.
Can you switch characters in BioShock? Can you customize in BioShock?
No.
Okay.
I feel like that might be a good answer.
You don't switch characters though.
You don't switch characters.
Man, let's just gonna wrap it up, bro. We're gonna go BioShock, bro.
Why not?
BioShock ain't even. Was it an Xbox exclusive? I thought it was an Xbox.
Might have been.
Oh man, it's gonna be some controversy. But
all right, go ahead, bro. Just give it to me.
What's y'all question? What's y'all BioShock?
Yeah, we know it's not it, but that's what we're saying.
Incorrect. You did talk about this game. I don't know. You guys kept saying we didn't talk about it. We didn't mention it. You did talk about this game a lot this episode.
Oh my god.
You did talk about it a lot, so I'm just telling you that you did talk about it a lot.
Oh my god.
When did we talk about it?
You did. I said throughout the whole episode.
It's your turn now, Johnny.
Entire episode. You did talk about it a lot. This is classified as an action adventure.
I'm gonna rewatch
2013 game.
This whole episode.
He said to see what we brought it up because I don't remember bringing it up either. To be honest,
hold on. I said throughout. Hold on. Before I said throughout the whole. That means the 21 questions too.
I see, and that's why I asked that question. That's why I asked that question.
You son of a gun! Oh my goodness!
You had again. We had it, but didn't have it.
I hate you, Chris.
We had it, but didn't have it.
We was finna
say this. We was finna say this.
We should have. Dang. We had it, but didn't have it again.
Let's end the episode and we can talk about it. Thanks, guys, for joining. For me, myself, BJ, D-Lo, Johnny, we appreciate you guys. And hopefully you guys come back for the next episode. Oh, man. Let me end.